trust from those women.
She just was hurt.
Yeah.
And then victimized.
Yeah. The oldest saying in the world is hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
And that's really true.
Wow. Yeah.
And it's not that they want to, it's just kind of, you know, when an animal's caught in a trap and you try to relieve it, it bites you. And people who are hurt, like Cheese has been hurt, who are caught in a trap, it's an emotional trap.
Yes.
So they hurt back. And that back, they just hurt, period. They hurt other people. But,
basically, she was good.
she was good, but wounded.
Yeah.
And the wounding was deep. And
She laid on her deathbed telling me to go. Were you here? No. Was that when you were here? And she said, well, get my wallet and you need to go get some groceries for these guys. And then she says, I said, it's okay. And she says, I can write you a check. Go get some food to feed everyone that was here.
Thinking of everybody else. Yeah.
Don't come back there.
Don't
Don't right now.
I know. I thought they were coming.
No. It's funny when you're mad at them, they're still here. And now it's over.
Being mad didn't help much, did it? My dad worked in funeral home.
Shayla thought about doing
I think we actually made the coffins too.
Do another
It was a
job.
hardware store, but they also did funerals. It's a little town, Coffeyville, Kansas, you know,
I went down to the hardware store to
Yeah.
found a coffin.
get me a bag of nails and a coffin. You're gonna use the nails on the coffin. Yeah, I remember him telling me these are coffins on display. That was on the wall. You know the nice image I have in my head is when BJ finished her bath, he brushed her hair. And this was real delicate
I
and
forgot
nice.
to get a brush out. Did he
He
have
found
one?
a brush. I don't know if he brought one or found one. I don't know. They brushed her hair and it was real gentle and it looked nice. And it was just nice. It was a nice moment.
Wow.
You could see she was enjoying it. She didn't, you know, preen or anything, but she kind of moved her head and she helped him.
That first day, she said, my hair, do I have eyebrows on?
She does do a group that is little crib-sized how to stand here. You'll be calling us then? Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
There's what the path was putting before.
Yeah.
True.
He's cold.
You know, I think we always, I don't know, expected Dad or something. We knew he was sick and everything. I don't really ever think a lot about, didn't ever think a lot about Mom. You know,
Yeah, she just never got sick, really. She had symptoms, but you know,
yeah.
she was so stout. She had bad feet and all that, but she almost did live forever. 86. And she was a fierce 96. She didn't like fade in the last 5 years. She was pretty strong.
No, except for her feet, she would have been pretty comfortable and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Her heart pacemaker, she never had a,
Funny, I was checking her pulse a bunch of times. You guys saw me do it some, I did a bunch more. Her heart was just to the very end, like the last few minutes, that I kept saying, this can't be right. Because I take her pulse and when she's comatose, her heart's going boom, 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 boom. And I finally, and that's how I knew this was real, I finally checked her pulse, although she didn't look much different. And it was pretty much gone. It was absolutely, finally, just barely palpable. And I knew her reading was
well, she was still awake this morning and that rhythmic, whatever it was, it hit me, okay, don't laugh, but like, are we supposed to do something with the heart pacemaker, or is that heart pacemaker gonna work for the next 5 years?
yes,
Huh?
yes. It's still trying to pump, not the heart, the pacemaker's trying to discharge to trigger the.
I know she went in a time or two and got it adjusted, but
Yeah, it's
or
still
whatever
shocking
you
her
do.
heart.
but we never talked about it. Did you see it in her bath? Did you still see it through her skin?
I have in the past, I don't remember seeing it this time. We have it in the towel. Yeah, well, she had an amazingly strong pulse.
I think, personally, now that it's all happened, I think it would have been healing for Ronnie and Timmy to be here. And you just feel something different when you see this pathetic with her bent hands laying on her side, curled up, gray hair.
Yeah, not so powerful.
No, I said, you have a, I said, I don't know what I said, but when you see her like that, it could kind of melt your heart type of thing.
No, I had a similar feeling too. It's just,
And she was a victim, because of course we think of the cult crap. She was a victim, and Tina and I were just talking how they did her dirty. We were going to have her put in jail or prison or whatever, but she chickened out and killed herself. They stole
Tried to steal
a life that, and a family, and they could walk away from their family in Spokane. But we had to stay here and face her and suffer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I melted a little. Mom had her, well, I was gonna say, but we all know, but Mom was hurting all the time inside, I think. I don't think she got any pleasure out of being gone for Christmas or Easter or something, out of hurting Dad.
She was following orders. She was a soldier of the code.
that's what cults are.
Yeah. No, you guys saw your real mom here last year or so.
I think so.
It's the person she wanted to be.
Certainly
her
much
mom.
more so than most previous years.
Because if you think of it, she could have clung to it and resented us and pushed us away and stayed angry. And then her heart changed. And that changed to the real heart is my point.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't
I think you're
pretend
right with
to be okay about it. She felt right about it. It doesn't mean she gave up intellectually some belief system. I mean that she knew what they called love wasn't love, it was a lie. What she felt here, experienced here was love. That was real.
The one died in November, and then this one was left with nothing. And I think she voiced it a little bit, but I think she was glad through learning what all she put us through, or learning the tip of the iceberg. She needed her kids, and
I think she was really, not shocked is too strong, amazed that her kids wanted her, needed her.
pulled together to fight in court. We fought in court for a relationship with our mother. I felt like I killed her myself. I was so hoping, because first we got word it
some of the
was,
fantasies I was having at a certain point.
first we heard it was a car accident, and that was wrong. And I thought, I hope it was a person. any person sentenced to 5 lifetime prison terms for anything else they did.
Gina was too. She was just sweeter.
She
I
was
like to call her,
sweeter.
use her name.
I don't like to use her name either. Tina and I are calling him Ben. And yeah, Jeannie played a different
It's good
way.
cut, bad cut, kind of thing.
Good, yeah. Yeah. But the way I got Mom on that, I don't think you were there, but Mom said numerous times, Jeannie wasn't involved as much. And finally one day I said to her, Mom, the very fact that she accepted that check in the mail, because they were mailed to Jeannie, opened that envelope and put that check in a joint checking account. She's as guilty. At first, Mom kind of looked funny in that, but it ended up, I said it to her 3 or 4 times, and then she never said that again. And that was the truth. The fact, if it had been an individual account here, we'd have had a different case. But it was a joint account. So they screwed up on that one. She was just as evil, she just played it differently, and I love the fact that she didn't leave one dime to the other.
Yeah, that's true. That's ironic, isn't it? She couldn't even extend in depth
Save
through
$100 a
instrument
month
or
or
doctor
something.
know-how or whatever they
Yeah,
panned off. They
that's
couldn't
what I'm
even.
saying. Yeah, didn't leave her a dime that we know of, but she literally had no money, so I feel pretty certain. And maybe Jeannie left it to her granddaughter that came to visit her. They were evil, and they weren't the worst. Look at these other cults with thousands of people in them.
But you know, we persevered with the right intentions, and your mom saw it. Your mom saw the truth, and she came around, and I think she wholeheartedly accepted the children's desire to have a relationship. And even though, you know, I know Ronnie's a little stiff, and he's not sure, he's more confused. He's just confused, he's just conflicted. He's hated her for so long, it's like, this can't be right. And the answer is, yeah, it can be right. It can be both. Because she was a different
Because
person. She was a
have
cult personality that you hated. Now this is your mom. But nonetheless, even Ronnie made the effort. He said, I love you, he heard, I love you. He shed tears, I saw him do it. He was touched.
And,
So even Ronnie, with his reservations, because that's part of his thing, of being private and keep your distance, and even he knows. And the reason he didn't come down was not because he's mad at your mom, he was afraid to lose control. It was just, it's too threatening to...
Yeah, but we haven't.
No, I mean, that's normal, is my point. It doesn't speak to me. It doesn't speak to his lack of attachment.
Anyway, wow, even here in the house, here we are. Wow. Something missing. Dad and Mom. When we did the, when we, I don't want to talk about it anymore, but when we started the court case, Mom could have at any time cast us out, kicked us out, and refused. I don't want a lawyer, I'm not going anywhere and stuff. And they probably would have, the court would have accommodated her, you know, well, the 97-year-old doesn't want to, okay, she doesn't have to go. I don't know. But she could have, because that's in her history. And it was in her history in the early days of the court case. And
She didn't fight it, she knew.
How many times did they order her to
I believe
to
she
get you
knew.
out of the house and she wouldn't do it? She got a lot of flack for that, I'm sure. We never
I
even
have
knew.
it on tape.
Well, we heard, but I bet she got a lot more than we don't even know about. I mean, it's like spiritual threats. She's being disobedient and stuff, and she wouldn't do it. So that to me was the most direct evidence, Bonnie, that you're right. She never really bought in to the whole program.
Well, I think at the end, something in her.
At the end of,
At the end of, I mean, I guess at the beginning of trying to not let her drive and, you know, and just not wanting her to go up there. And when she saw Jeannie and all that happen, Crystal, you know, I think she started letting go.
and then
She wasn't.
Hanson just turned so mean.
And I
just
think
got
she
mean.
saw a big difference.
I think she was different than Jeannie for all those years.
Oh, I know
But
she was.
she turned mean. And that
Mean
one
to Mom.
recording I have, I'll never get rid of it. And I'll probably never listen to it.
Mom knew she turned.
She turned,
She changed.
and all she wanted was
She
her
knew
money.
Crystal changed.
And
I think she became fairly convinced of that.
Yeah.
just, she made demands. Just promise me, Marty. Just promise me, Marty. The money won't stop. I'm sure Mom was going, you know. I think it all came together and got stirred in the pot, and Mom came out a little wiser. We won. I'm not going to talk about them anymore. We won.
No.
We won every single thing we wanted.
Including justice.
Injustice. Another way we won was all the other people started dropping out. And I told you if I wrote a book, it would be called A Cult of One. His
Yeah.
mom was the only one that, and I kind of think that shows how desperate Mom was, you know. But now look what we've learned about the family and stuff, and how Dorothy and Lois and their kids, and what Doug told us Stevie said the other night, and we won. I don't know how their relationship was, Bertie and Dee Dee and them, when Dorothy died. I guess Bertie was gone, but we won. We had a relationship.
9:07. It's 10.
Yeah, it is. Talk to, okay. Hello? This is Bonnie. This is Bonnie. She is, but she's busy right now. She'll be here in a minute. We recognized your phone number. 970 area code.
What time is it? Hmm?
Who's Ken?
10.
Oh, 10.
10, isn't Ken?
Oh, 10. Almost 7 was the last one.
Her mailing address is Mom's address. Put Tina's mailing address is Mom's address. Put Tina's name. Yeah. Do you have to go? Are you on Donna Marion's phone? Mm-hmm. Good. Oh, good.
Who gave you my phone number? Why didn't you call the house?
No,
I didn't.
Tina Audrix at Mom's address.
I hope I'm.
She gets other mail here. They're familiar with
I
her.
don't want that.
He might have just called Ron.
What'd you talk to Ron about?
Call from Dickie Lewis. Call from Dickie Lewis. Call from Dickie Lewis.
You can, I'm not.
Call from Dickie Lewis.
I just took the body away, I'm not talking.
Well, she did, and they just came and took her away just 5 minutes ago. And we're sitting here kind of emotional and talking about life and stuff. And so I thought maybe you'd want to mention her. So, okay, well, we wish you'd write. Well, I sent you a bunch of postcards, Timmy. We wish you'd write to each of us. And we wish we'd have a relationship with you out of just friendship and family, not out of anger. We are gonna wanna see you, and we're gonna wanna, you know, see what we can do for you, and we worry about you, and Mom worried about you, and she talked to us a little bit at the end about you, and we have some messages and that, but Timmy, she couldn't write. She couldn't write. She couldn't write. Yes, she was happy to have that, and she got the postcards, and they're all here in a stack. And we'd like to build on the brothers and sisters relationship in the next year. And so we'd like to hear from you, and we'd like to continue getting postcards. It only takes a minute to write a postcard, and we'll promise to you to do better if you'll promise to us to do better. Okay.
I'll never celebrate New Year's again.
Well, Julie said it was an odd day, and
Timmy, we want to talk to you about the future. I don't want to talk about your car repairs you need today. Doug and I want to come up to Alaska, and we want to talk to you long term, what your future is, and we don't want to do it on this phone call. We would